What's up, gang? It's time for another update on PageMotor, and today I want to show you the content creation UI and specifically the URL constructor and how you can use this to build out pages of your site and to build a hierarchically organized website. So let's check it out. So we're looking at the homepage of this little test PageMotor installation, but we're going to go to the admin and we're going to go into content. So I love this. So the way the content works in PageMotor is you have a dedicated area to edit and create and manage all of your content. It's the content area. So we're going to go into that. Now, with PageMotor, there are different content types registered to the system. And we want to keep this as simple as possible, but we also want to have different content types because it makes it very clear how we're going to manage the different content that exists on our website. And not all content is created equal. So for example, there's a home page, which is fundamentally different than the other pages of your website. So we have a way to control that. We have a 404 page, which is fundamentally different from the other pages of your site. It doesn't have a specific URL associated with it. It's going to appear, the 404 page is going to appear if anyone visits a URL that doesn't exist. Of course, the homepage exists at yoursite.com. And then you have pages, which are going to be pages with unique URLs on your site. So pages are kind of the most fundamental building block of your site. And then we have other types of content. This system is only running one other type of content right now called modular content. But this might be content that you can't go to a web page to view only this content. It doesn't have a URL associated with it, but it's content that you might want to deploy on other pages, like within other pages. So like, you might have some text and then you might want to deploy a piece of modular content, maybe to hold an email form, email sign-up form, something like that. Maybe to do a product pitch, something that you want to have, use in many locations throughout your site, but you don't want those pages to exist with their own URLs. So, and there's other types as well. So like when there's an e-commerce plugin, there's going to be types for the products that you have, probably types for like transactions, any purchases people have made, that kind of thing. So without further ado, let's go into the page content type. And I've got a few pages here. And this UI, this is not a finished UI, but it does kind of give an indication of hierarchy. Okay, so we've got 3 base level pages, and then we've got one nested page right here, and then we also have the ability to create a new page. So I've got a few pages set up. We'll poke around on those real quick. We've got an about page, we've got a creating content page, content types page. We can look at a 404 page. All that stuff works, and this will take us back to the admin. But what we want to do is create a nested hierarchical structure. So like this is mysite.com/about. But with this About Me page, we go into the editor, and we can see that this is nested underneath the About page. It's /about/me. So we'll go look at that real quick. And here's the About Me page. This is a child page of About. So this is mysite.com/about/me. So that's a hierarchically nested URL structure. Now, here's what I love about this latest addition to PageMotor. It is the way the URL is constructed here in the editor. So we have a place to put the title, but then we immediately have a place to construct the URL. And the whole thing, the construction of URLs through your site, is a combination of 2 things. It's a URL slug, which is the slug for the current page, and then you choose whether or not you want this page to be a child of any other page on the site. And so you do that by specifying a parent. You say, hey, this page is going to be the parent. So for this About Me page, I said the About page is going to be the parent. And then it's nested there. So we see, and so if you were to change this, you make this a child of a different page, the URL structure would change. It shows you what the new URL is going to be. And you can select any of those. You can say no parent. And then we see that this is going to be just mysite.com/me. That's great. But this is a child of the About page, and then there it is. And when you save this, it will make this link clickable again. When you change it, the page doesn't exist at this new location until you save it. And so when you first load it up in the editor, it's going to be clickable because this exists there. But when you change it, it doesn't exist here yet, but it's showing you where it's going to exist. So it becomes not clickable. But then when we save it, now it is clickable at this new location. And there it is. So we've changed the URL. Well, we want to change that back to about for the parent. So let's add a page underneath this one to create 3 levels of hierarchical nesting, just to show you how easy it is. So we're going to go to create a new page, and this is about my dog. And we're going to say the parent is about me, and we're going to say dog. And there it is. The new URL is going to be /about/me/dog. This page is about my dog. So we're going to save it. Page saved. We're going to click on this because now it's clickable, and then boom, there it is. It's at /about/me/dog. So that is a thing of beauty, and I just love this little UI that gives you a hint at how the URL is going to be constructed, and then it shows you what it's going to be. That is just too good. I like the way the link behavior works. That's really, really nice. And of course, we have the world-class PageMotor editor right here. And you can do anything you want with this. You've got all the golden ratio, typography, content formatting styles. Let's look at that real quick so you can see it. So if we go to grtcalculator.com, there's a styles link up here. And you can look at this page and you can see all the styles that are available in the PageMotor editor. So this is a call out, an alert call out, but it's been extended. And the text has been bumped up a size. It uses the impact text. So it's impact text within an alert callout, and the whole thing's extended to blast out the sides of the content column. We've got, obviously, basic list. Here's a highlight. Here's a note callout. These are headings. These are captions after headings. That works. That's super cool. Here's another basic callout, alert callout, note callout. We've got buttons. Got 5 button styles to choose from in the default PageMotor theme. Like I said, I've already mentioned captions. We've got flexible captions. We've got block quotes. You can use captions after block quotes for citations, and it styles it all perfectly. Got drop caps like this. The highlights, like I said. We got pop styling. Pop styling, I forgot to mention that on that call out above. But you see how it's got the shadow around it? It's raised up off the page. That's called pop styling. You can do that too. Here's a pre-formatted text for code, a block of code. It's got kind of the rounded corner over here, rounded corners on the right, and then got the little bar here on the left, kind of set it apart, signify there's some code. Got keyboard styling. You can create keyboard buttons to like have a tutorial or something. Too good. Extensions. Extends some bit of content outside the boundaries of the content column. Nice to do for images, big videos. If you want to do a call out like this and get somebody's attention, that's a good way to do it. So extensions are cool. I'm going to build in something called breakouts, which like this. It breaks out of the content column and squeezes the text, but it uses all the space out to the side. That's amazing. Pullouts pulls completely out of the content column and sticks it against the edge of the browser. That's great. This is called a bar. Add some text out here in the side, like maybe for a footnote, that kind of thing. This full width color block is known as a bleed. I've showed you that in previous videos. You could do that from within the editor. You can make buttons, like I said. That is amazing. So grtcalculator.com/styles if you want to explore everything you can do with the PageMotor editor. And you can even go to a secret URL here on GRT Calculator, grtcalculator.com/editor, and you can play with the editor that's essentially the exact same thing that you're going to have in PageMotor. You can't really, you can do whatever you want with this editor, but you can't like ship the text out somewhere and use it. But you can play with all the styles that are available, including bleeds, buttons, callouts, all that good stuff, impact text. You can do all that stuff here in this editor. And the PageMotor editor is actually going to be even better equipped than this one. So I really like that editor though, compared to the native editor in WordPress. The PageMotor editor is a dream come true. It is so easy to use. It's beautiful, and you have so much formatting stuff, so many formatting tools at your disposal. You can create amazing pages like this home page, boom, from the comfort of the editor. So that is huge. But again, I really just wanted to show you today this great bit of URL construction. This is so nice. I love this little UI. And you can now build hierarchical websites with PageMotor. So we are getting close to being able to actually use this thing to do stuff. So we're getting really close to this upcoming beta release that I'm going to do. It's going to be a closed beta, which means you're going to have to pay to participate. But I'm going to launch some forums, starting an email list soon. So we're going to have the forums, and then anyone who signs up for this beta is going to receive, there's might be different price points. I don't really know what I'm going to do yet, but let's assume there's going to be different price points, and at those different price points, what you're going to get is lifetime access to the PageMotor forums, which are going to carry a recurring cost for people who sign up after the beta. And then you're also going to get some level of access to the e-commerce plugin. So at the highest tier for the beta, you're going to get lifetime access to the PageMotor e-commerce plugin. That's going to be I see it as a fundamental piece of the website building puzzle moving forward. And then at the lower tier, or maybe lower tiers, you're going to get some level of access, maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years of access to that e-com plugin, and then you have to pay the recurring annual price. But going to do something like that. Really looking forward to this. I want you to notice. So check this out. Like as we click around, it is so fast. It is so freaking fast. We'll go to the admin. The admin is so fast. We go in to create content. We're looking at the pages. The pages come up fast. We can click on this. The editor, it all is so fast. If you've used WordPress for any length of time, you know how the editor, the admin side hangs and it's slow and the front end stuff can be slow. Like, no, we are knocking that stuff out of the park with PageMotor. This is so fast because the whole system is so well designed and simple. The way all the pieces fit together and work together, everything happens at the right time. Things only run the minimum number of times necessary to get the job done. There's no wasted effort. There's no wasted movement. And this is evident just when you click around on the site. Like, it is super, super fast. There's no wasted anything. So PageMotor is the truth. These new UIs for creating and managing content are super simple. This is the way forward. I can't wait to share this stuff with you guys. So subscribe to this channel if you're not already to stay tuned for more PageMotor updates in the future. And I'll see you in the next video, gang.